I think this whole debate about seed oils, I think it's a debate worth having.
Okay, I was going to ask you that, but how much time do you have? Because here's my question.
Yeah.
I've stayed out of this one. I've been unusually quiet because you've got all these people that PhD and these are, we don't have any data that says these are bad for you. However, when you look at how they're processed, that's like a host of chemicals. I don't even understand how these things are allowed to be in organic food.
Yeah.
It's really confusing to me.
Just bringing them up is kind of funny because if you're focused primarily on whole foods, like it's not anything that you need to worry about. And there are a lot of radical claims made on both sides of the debate.
Okay.
Some will say that seed oils are the sole smoking gun responsible for the global obesity and epidemic of type 2 diabetes.
Right.
That's not.
No.
I don't think that's true. But then there are others who are like, they're not just are they benign, but they're actually good for you, and we should be consuming more of them.
Yes.
And the truth, I think, is like, as it is most of the time, it's likely in the middle. But I just shared data today on my Instagram page based on per capita data of soybean oil consumption in the United States from 2023, which is just one of these oils in question. Your average American today, if you do a per capita, so it's a kind of a rough and dirty estimate, but your average American today consumes 3 cups of soybean oil every single week. That's a lot. So, I mean, from a calorie standpoint alone, I think...
What do you think about that, the imbalance of omega-6 versus omega-3? Because then it's like, well, it's just too much omega-6. I've seen that data change so many times. It's inflammatory. It's not inflammatory. It's good for you. It's not good for you. And that's where I just kind of I sit this one out, man, because I'm like, oh, I don't know how it's going to... Oh, but the processing of it, I can't get around.
Yeah.
Bleaching it and all the crap. It's like, Google it. It's disgusting. That's where I kind of wonder... Common sense on that one. I'm like, ooh.
Well, there's no...
As the temps start to rise, I get that familiar urge to refresh my closet. But I am done wasting money on trendy pieces that I wear once, which is why I'm obsessed with Quince. The clothes are timeless, elevated, built to last, no insane markup. I'm talking about 100% European linen shorts and dresses that start at just $30. Italian leather platform sandals, luxe swimwear that looks straight off a runway but costs half of what you'd expect. Quince partners directly with top-tier factories, cutting out the middleman so you get designer quality at a price that actually makes sense. And they only work with ethical, responsible manufacturers who care about people and the planet. Personally, I stocked up on the linen tees and the tanks, and believe it or not, a killer summer dress. Occasionally, I do wear dresses. And honestly, it finally feels like my wardrobe matches my standards. Upgrade your wardrobe at quince.com. Luxury should never mean compromise. Team, give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/Jillian for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Jillian to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Jillian.
Reason to consume them. There's way more evidence in favor of extra virgin olive oil for health.
Right. Of course.
If a little bit sneaks in here and there when you're eating out at a restaurant, or if you do choose to indulge on it, I wouldn't worry about it. But the problem is that it's the dose. Like, Americans are just consuming, I mean, that's an average and it's an estimate.
It's insane.
But I mean, that's 7 tablespoons of soybean oil every single day. Right? So if we're consuming that quantity of a food, you would expect that we would have some really rigorous evidence to validate its safety, right? And we just don't have that.
Yeah.
We have observational studies that are confounded by healthy user bias because we've been told that these oils are a heart-healthy alternative to their to their animal source counterparts, right? The randomized control trials are kind of all over the place. And so I think that we do need, I think that the debate's a positive thing. So long as there's not the name calling and the, mudslinging. But a PhD in nutrition, he's a nutrition scientist. He's published a lot. He's an expert in biochemistry and micronutrients. Chris Masterjohn. I don't know if you're familiar with his work.
No, I'm not.
He's great. He's New York-based nutrition scientist. And he published recently a really, really thorough X thread on why we should continue to remain skeptical of the chronic overconsumption of these fats. They do have unique biochemical properties that might warrant, a bit of caution, especially when overconsuming them.
Like a rancidity piece too. Like they can
Yeah.
go rancid and they're always all in plastic, like all these different components.
We don't know how they affect brain health long term. There's a paper published by Taha, single author paper. He's a UC Davis researcher. The title of the paper, anybody can go look it up, which kind of elucidates some of these lingering questions with regards to how these fats affect our brain health over the long term, which is a huge question mark. The paper is called Linoleic Acid, Good or Bad for the Brain? And it just, it just asks questions like, we've been told that these oils are a heart-healthy alternative because in the short term, they reduce LDL cholesterol, right? But what are they doing to our fat-based brains over the long term, right? Like, we don't actually know. So that's where I think it's worth having these conversations, but not at the expense of the bigger picture stuff, right? Like focus on whole foods and sleep and all that stuff. But, for anybody who's like saying or suggesting that we're not even allowed to ask, like, which is common now on social media, right? I want to ask. Like, the questions that we're not supposed to be asking are the ones that we should be asking.
It's funny, and I know I've kept you 6 minutes over.
Active Skin Repair utilizes a molecule called hypochlorous acid. Now, when you apply it to the skin, the molecule works by mimicking the natural immune response to cleanse, soothe irritation, reduce inflammation, and support healing. Active Skin Repair can be used to treat a wide range of skin issues, including cuts, scrapes, burns, sunburns, diaper rashes, and other types of skin damage. And it's also safe and non-toxic, making it suitable for use on all skin types, all parts of the body, and you can even use it on rosacea, eczema, and acne-prone skin. With over 500,000 happy customers, thousands of 5-star reviews, and ingredients so safe and clean they can be used by the youngest member of the family to the oldest, you now have one simple solution for all of your family's skin health needs. So visit ActiveSkinRepair.com to learn more about Active Skin Repair and to get 20% off your order. Use the code Jillian. Again, that's ActiveSkinRepair.com and the code is Jillian.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.